Hi there, VSG and WLS community. This is VSG Gary with some news. But before I do that, I've got to give a shout out to somebody who I keep forgetting each week, and it's not on purpose. And it's VSG Zach, who, as it turns out, lives about 3 miles that way. So it's pretty cool. We've sort of made some plans to go to a baseball game, probably in the spring, just to see how the seats fit. So anyway, I've gotten a surgery date, and it is next Monday, August 25th. For those of you new to my videos, I was scheduled for surgery on Monday, August 4th. On Friday, August 1st at about 11 o'clock in the morning, I got a call from the surgeon saying, no, we're not going to do surgery. You need to call a specialist. They couldn't tell me what kind of specialist. So long story short, we found out I have a high red blood count. So got in to see a hematologist last Monday who I like a lot. She's just very nice. She came up with a plan. Her concern was that a lot of times it's the anesthesiologist that puts a halt to things, and she was correct. This time it was. And he thought my red blood count was too high. So it's called, the disease is called, it's not really a disease, it's a condition called polycythemia. And mine's a secondary condition because of my asthma and my sleep apnea. So, hey, hence weight loss surgery. But anyway, first I will go there Wednesday morning, and they will do a phlebotomy, which is a really fancy word for bloodletting. They'll take about 17 ounces of blood out of me. Supposedly that will lower my red blood count. I go back the next day for a blood test to make sure that's happened. I think they're doing that so they can keep Friday open in case they need to take more blood. But she thought it was very important that I keep myself very well hydrated. She's suggesting 100 ounces a day or more, which I've been able to do in between bathroom breaks. But yeah. So also when I get to the hospital Monday, I don't have a time yet, but it'll be several hours before the surgery because they want to hydrate me even more. So they need to put plastic sheets on under the bed. So anyway, that's my news. It was kind of little, I found out Friday, but it was kind of a little iffy because my wife starts school Wednesday, and the unspoken rule around her school district is you can't take any time off the first week of school. But I kind of convinced her I didn't think that really counted for spouses who are having surgery. So she went in and talked to them, and of course that doesn't apply to spouses having surgery. So yes, of course she can take the time. And it's not like my wife always has taken a lot of time. She's accumulated, I think we're up to 120 days of sick leave now that she's accumulated. And that includes about 7 months she took off 2 years ago when she snapped her Achilles tendon. So it's quite extensive rebuild. But anyway, I'm very excited. I've told a couple of people, yeah, I won't quite believe it until they roll me screaming into the operating room, but that's probably just to get rid of some nervousness. But yeah, I'm really looking forward with some cautious optimism. So, but I got to work this morning. This was all going on, and I'm drinking a cup of coffee and taking my vitamin. It's a chewy thing, Centrex, adult chewy, and crunch down. My crown fell off. One of my crowns fell off. So I'm going, oh geez, what next? So fortunately, my dentist was able to get me in right away. I was there at 10:30 or at 9:30. By 10 o'clock it was done. I said I can't, you can't give me Novocaine. You can't do any drilling, can't do anything because I'm in surgery. The sheet they gave me says that you just, none of that the week before. So he was very gentle. Crown was all in one piece, glued it back on. He kind of hesitated and asked what kind of surgery I was having. And I told him, and well, that just opened the floodgates because he said his wife's a pretty large woman. She had gained a lot of weight during their 3 kids and not lost any of it. And I said, yeah, that was my problem too. So we talked about it for a while. He said he'd really like his wife to do this. And one thing I tried to get across, and one thing that if anybody gets from this particular video tonight is you can't force anybody into doing this. This is a choice that you have to make yourself. And in spite of some of the um, comments that people are going to make, or I don't think my wife is she's with me 100%, but she's very afraid. She's afraid I'm going to die during surgery, and the surgeon has kind of soothed her, eased her mind on that a bit. But this isn't something that you go into that somebody else because somebody else wants, and that's why I tried to get across to him. He brought up a story where he used to be a very heavy drinker. I'm kind of glad he told me that after he put the crown back on, but that he'd gone cold turkey 8 years ago, and he told his wife that. If he can give that up, she can give food up. And again, a person who doesn't get it at all, right? And I told him, and she said, I guess it said the same thing, you can go without alcohol, but you can't go without food. And I said, but the thing is, you don't have to have a lot of food. And with this stomach, you're not going to get a lot of food. His concern was that a dentist friend of his had it and had lost a bunch of weight, had the skin removed, and has started to put weight back on. And I said, you've got to be 100% into this. Your mind has got to be there, and I know it's hard. That's the one thing that's really concerning me. Will my head be in the game? Because I tell you, there isn't a minute of any day that I don't have hunger. So I'm really hoping that the surgeon has assured me that I won't. So hopefully, leave it in his hands. So Monday, August 25th, Grandview Hospital, Dayton, Ohio. Dr. David Bruce is going to perform the surgery. So some other shout outs to Dave in Buffalo, has been very supportive, NFL Mason. So thanks, Dave. VSG Brad in Florida. It was raining here a few minutes ago. That's why I tried to get on really fast. You don't have anything on us. It was pouring out here. So anyway, again, thanks everybody for your emails, your concern, your texts. I really appreciate it. Again, I think this is just the greatest support group in the world. How could you ever do it? And I mentioned it to my dentist to say, just told him to tell her where to look, and if she's thinking about it, if not, she can go in and look. But anyway, again, thanks everybody. God bless you all, and keep traveling.